early in Chicago.
Oh, was it cold then?
Yeah, kind of. My wife has so
Oh,
many scarves. I think I got one, but haven't used it in like 10 years. Yeah, I have a few. I mean, I mean like three, right? And I might pick up one more for color reasons. I have a
yes.
beautiful blue one. I've got a red one, a black and white, and a gray. So I think I have four. And I wouldn't mind a green one.
Oh, see, look at all of a sudden, four
But
scarves right there.
I never pull them out of the closet. I mean, they're there for those rare occasions when I do that. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Put them all on your coat rack next to your door. It makes a wonderful discussion when people walk in. They
Like,
see, they
what's
go,
going on
"Oh,
here?
look at all these scarves,"
Yeah.
and then you never really forget one. As you're walking out the door, you can see them.
I would have to put
Leaving
it in
them
the laundry
places.
room because I always go through the laundry room to the
Oh,
garage.
there oh.
But yeah,
Oh, I
but
know your
there's a
layout.
hook there. I could just do this whole little lineup of scarves and whatnot.
Yes, yes, and you can put a little mirror there, so you can accessorize with the. What the hell am I doing? Listen, leaving them. You mentioned leaving them places, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I had a beautiful gray cashmere scarf once. Was my favorite. I got it as a Christmas present from somebody. I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. It came literally from cashmere. It was given to me by an Indian woman named Minu, and it was like the best gift I had ever received. It was so soft and warm and beautiful. Yep. 2 days later, I left it in a cafe. Never heard from it again.
Oh, that
And I was
sucks.
so upset. I mean,
That
it was like
sucks.
$150 scarf, and I'm like, oh god, it's gone.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't do expensive sunglasses. I am not kind to sunglasses. And I leave
Yeah,
those all the time.
but the cheap ones you never seem to get rid of.
Right. See, if
I've
you
got
buy
a cheap.
cheap, those little buggers will hang around like a bad cold. I mean, you just, there's,
Oh, there's those sunglasses again. My Ray-Bans, no idea.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, there's no, and with cheap ones, there's no concern if you leave one behind. You go, yeah, okay, whatever.
right, but they
I'll pay
don't
another
leave.
$12 at a Walgreens and I'll be good.
Yeah. See, I never seem to lose cheap ones. Like I can feel like I've lost them. Like, oh damn, I lost my glass. I look on my dashboard, there they are, or all of a sudden they're in my pants pocket or something. It's kind of like Pet Cemetery.
There they are. They just
sunglasses,
keeps coming
know?
back. What's my lowest? 472, 473. Let's do this one. 48. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at mods here and just kind of updating my generator and stuff. Oh my god, keeping up with all this stuff is ridiculous. And I'm wondering if they're ever going to do another nth metal experience bonus again. There is talk that they're not doing that anymore because they haven't done it in so long, and they skipped they were getting into kind of a rhythm where you could say, oh yeah, usually around this time of year they do one of them, and they didn't this time. So of course it's creating all kinds of hubbub, on whether or not, are they doing it anymore? Does it matter? Should I spend all these ones I've been hoarding? And as soon as I'm the same way. I've been just hoarding them, just waiting for them to double in experience. Because why not get 200 experience as opposed to 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, haven't heard boo for a while on that. I love how you see people change all their clothes the moment all the clothes they wear the moment it gets a little chilly. Not me. I wear a t-shirt and jeans, no matter the weather or heat. All I change is the coat or footwear, or both. Gloves, of course. Yeah, I don't change too much. I have a couple different jackets depending on the occasions. I am looking at about every other year. I get a new travel coat. Like the one I have now is nice, but I think I want something a little bit different. More
Nice.
closable pockets, with zippers, I think.
Oh, see, I'm more the black pea coat kind of.
I wore one of those for a long time. That was actually the only one I actually really put a scarf with.
Yeah, because you can't not look fancy in one of those long black overcoats. I don't know why. You just look good. And during the winter time, you get a top hat. You go Ebenezer screws. No one bugs you. Just so you know.
I will remember that. It was all, I was missing the top hat. No wonder people kept talking to me.
That's all it is. It's that and a couple of humbugs, you know. But no,
hell?
it's. I'll tell you what, they're right. Living here in Georgia, it astonishes me. Like, I haven't changed. I still have to be kept at a low temperature in order to be happy.
Really?
Right?
So, and then
yeah.
you're in the South now.
Well, see, no, it's an interesting thing because I'll set my AC here to 68 and it's blasting all the time. You don't turn off the AC in Georgia. But the thing that gets me is that the weather outside, if it hits like
It's frightful.
72, Lalo's putting on a coat. And I'm like, you live in Chicago half the time.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
72 is spring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I remember being in Chicago with that. I wore a light jacket up until it hit 12. And then, maybe at 12 you put on, the parka, but other than that, I don't seem to remember doing layers or anything like that. I've always just liked the cold.
When it's down in the single digits, that's when I pay attention the most. Like right now, we're still, mid 70s during the day, gets down to 40 something at night. If I go out and it's late and it's like 60 or something, I might grab a light jacket, depending on how long I'm going to be out, right?
Yeah,
your go-to
if you're out in the
one
woods,
is now a 3-in-1. Oh, that's awesome. I'm sorry.
What was that? Sorry, I missed
his
that.
go-to jacket is a 3-in-1, so you can kind of layer it accordingly.
Right. Also makes a very exciting striptease.
Oh, it does. Yes, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you say?
I don't know. I forgot. This is turning into a podcast at this point.
Yes, about fall and winter clothing. Jeez.
I don't know. You talk about fall. I see the autumnal pumpkins out there at the grocery store, and I just kind of shake my head a little bit because I see, okay, you get the carving pumpkins. I see that kids, they get the carving pumpkins, you carve. Sure. But are there people buying these fairy tale pumpkins? These people don't eat them. I'm pretty sure. I think they just, $21 to have it sit on your porch, right?
Decoration.
Yeah. Yuck.
You could be feeding the homeless with that, or something,
or at least a couple of white chicks with a pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting there. I can't see myself spending what I would spend on a meal for myself on a decorative gourd.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't decorate much for Halloween. I really need to figure out something that's easy to do for most holidays, because you've been to my place, so you know that I have that window in the front of the house that the porch light doesn't hit at all.
Do you know what you could do that would work really, really well? You have that ledge by the window there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Here's what you do.
Well, you're talking about in front of that front window, right, on the main level. Yeah, there's like when they sold the house and they had pictures on it, they had like a couple chairs like you could sit out on there. No, I don't know what they were thinking, because the chair legs went right up to the edge. You'd have to climb through the flower bed to sit on there, and your feet would. It was not good. It was so bad. I'm like, I don't know who you think sits there, but okay.
This is a really great thing that I learned, and it's very easy to do. Okay. All you need. Do you have drapery there?
No, I have just a shade there right now, but that's probably going to be moved, so I'm going to put something else in place.
Okay, so you go to Michael's or Joann Fabrics, right?
Okay.
I'm assuming those things exist out there.
They do.
And you get yourself some gold muslin. All right.
Okay.
It's very thin. Muslin or tulle, whichever. Tulle works really well because it's kind of semi-transparent, right? So I'm saying these things like people know what fabrics are.
I know what tulle is, and I think I knew what muslin is. I probably would if I saw it.
Muslin's kind of like a shiny fabric with that.
Yeah, but it's very thin, right?
Yes, very thin.
Yeah, you could kind of see through it, and I think that's the point here.
That is the point. So
should it concern you? Well, it shouldn't concern you, because you remember. I don't know if you remember. My mother was really into sewing, and she loved costuming. So all the unusual stuff, she was 100% all about. And I got to hear about some of it.
Well, there you go.
There
Good.
we go.
Now
So
we're on the
I'm
same
following
page.
you for the most part here. Yeah,
You, me, and your mother.
we're on
Okay.
it.
We're all on the same page.
Yes.
So you take that and you drape it. So you do like if you had a curtain rod or something, you could set up kind of a drapery kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Then you get yourself a fan, all right, and you put it underneath it, blowing up. You know, you can get these small fans. You know, these Huntwell little
Yeah, I have
fans,
one in the
right?
garage that sits on the ground, and it's fairly big, but you can get smaller ones if need be, and you can
There
tip
you
them,
go.
right? So they can point
Yes.
up or down, or like you can angle them, like set them on a shelf and angle them down or something.
Right. So you put that there, and you have the muslin around it, right? So it's there, and it when it blows, it'll wrinkle the muslin, right?
Okay.
Then you get a single orange light, and what happens is the light shines through the muslin, so it kind of changes, and the fan is blowing the muslin. It looks like your house is on fire. It is the coolest looking thing. And if you
Oh,
did that with your windows, it would just be great, and you know it'd be kind of a Halloween kind of thing. It's really kind of
that
great.
was be way up there. I'd have to get a cherry picker. Can you imagine if I put that in the top window over the door too?
Yeah, it would still be cool up there, you know.
I would think
Um,
if I wanted to create a bit of privacy in that room at the same time, I would add in a black backdrop.
oh really?
Like put like a stand up, right, and put a flat fabric there. Because I mean that's my work office. It's a mess.
Here, I'm gonna show you one here. I'll link this to you.
It'd probably turn it more into a fireplace than a house on fire, but
Oh, it's so cool. I've got one here from look at this ABC 7 News in Chicago. Go figure. Where do I put this? Okay, here we go. Check that out. You don't have to listen to them. You could just wait until you see it.
I have to restart my computer at some point. For some reason, when I click on a link, it won't open anymore. I have to right click and copy it to clipboard and then do a whole thing. It's so dumb.
Well, this is more people interviewing about it.
But I'll get a
Um,
visual on it, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they're talking a lot there.
Yeah, I'm going to just mute it and kind of scan forward and look for the visual. Oh,
Let's see if I can
goodness.
just find it.
It jumped up to about 28 seconds or so.
Here,
Good
this is
Lord.
Right?
And then put a fog machine in front of it? That's brutal.
That second one is the actual how-to video. They got a much better thing with that. Like if you go to like 6 minutes into that second video, it literally just looks like the house is on fire.
I can see why you may want to see the stuff behind it so it looks more realistic in that case.
Right. Yeah. Which is why you do the muslin or the
You said about 6 minutes in?
yeah, about 6 minutes in.
Let's see. Okay, wow.
Right? See, and it's easy, it's cheap, you can put it up, take it down,
Yeah.
all of that.
And put a sign out front, not really on fire.
Yeah.
So the people don't get too concerned down the neighborhood, because I have a really good spot where I'm at, because if you're coming down that road at all, and they will, because the mailboxes are on my corner, they're totally going to see my house every time.
Yeah. All the more reason to make it look like it's on fire.
Well, between that and that little spot in the front there too, it's a great staging area for anything. Because it's
That's
not
true.
real big. It wouldn't take much to put something kind of cool there. In fact, for Christmas, and I haven't found anything I really liked, and I've looked a few times, but I thought about an old wrought iron style park bench with a street lamp, like you were sitting in a park in like an old park in London or something. Kind of a Charles Dickens sort of flair about it, and maybe have like a wreath hanging off it, whatnot, but have it all just kind of somehow lit and sitting in that front space, because the porch light is on the side and doesn't illuminate it very good. It's actually quite dark. So anything you light up would be easily seen and would actually kind of be framed in the darkness. It'd be so cool to see. I just haven't taken the time to actually do anything with that. But, setting things on fire.
It's it's well, I'm not saying really set it on fire.
That
You
would
get me.
be really interesting, especially considering that space right there would definitely be dark at night. Would really pop,
Yeah,
even with
I think
the
it would look
porch
great.
lights on.
Yeah, I really do think it would look great there.
It's a consideration because it doesn't look like it's too hard to do. I have the props thing video there. I'll hang on to that a little bit. That might be really worthwhile for Halloween night too.
Yeah,
Is he downstairs? He must be downstairs. Okay.
you really want to get crazy with it too. Put a couple of skeletons in fire hats, fireman hats outside on your lawn, pointing at it.
Oh no. Haha. All right. Yeah, I haven't done much out there. Like, I've had the nephew say, "Do you want us to put Christmas lights up all around the house?" I'm like, yes and no, because I love a well-decorated house like that for the holidays and stuff. But that's the time of year I don't want to be outside, in the cold and trying to, you know, push pin or nail something in. And that's when I usually will hit my finger or something and be just grumpy. And I'm very particular. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm more inclined to enjoy when it's done right and the lines are real sharp and clean, versus what some of them you see. It looks like it was just kind of thrown on from across the street.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know?
know. People, I don't know. There's always houses that do Christmas stuff and all that kind of stuff too, but I always like the Halloween houses better. Those are ones that I thought were.
Well, a lot. I've seen a lot in quite a few of these porch lights turned into the flickering orange ones,
Mhm.
kind of giving a more of a lantern look. And could totally do that if they have ones that kind of hang, that look
That's
like they
true.
should hang from because my lights point downward.
Mhm. Oh, boy.
I'd have to look. It'd be cool. What else am I doing here? Oh, speaking of Halloween stuff, I was gonna do the Halloween event stuff. That's what I was gonna do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's see, where do we go for that? The Witching Hour Vault, Bats in the Belfry, the Masquerade, and the Witching Hour. So track the Witching Hour.
This is a real treat. I'm getting reports of some masked apparitions raising hell all over Gotham and terrorizing the trick-or-treaters. Why didn't we think of that?
Agreed. Some mass apparitions terrorizing the citizens of Gotham. As a villain, I get the message of, well, why don't we think of that? Well, I was just talking about you. Did you hear me? You down there sleeping, were you?
Someone has stolen some of my power and unleashed the chaos
What are you doing?
world is ready. The spirits must be sent back to hell, where they will suffer until they are broken and ready to be my slaves.
You waking up? He's waking up.
And he's how much does he weigh now? I know that's not a appropriate question, but I'm asking.
I try to grab his lips, the jowls, and try to connect him underneath his jaw. It's fun. He is about 115 pounds.
Oh,
He might be a little bit more because that was a couple weeks ago. So he should hit. I mean, he's 11 months old now, as of a couple days ago. So he'll be a year here soon. And he should hit about 120 because he'll fill out a little bit more as he gets older. That 120, maybe even 125, depending how I feed him. Gone, right? Dawn was watching the dogs yesterday because we went to a show, a comedy show actually. It was a lot of fun. And I ended up winning a raffle too while I was at it. I rarely
really?
win stuff like that. It was actually kind of cool. So
what'd you win?
I won a an event for up to 8, which is perfect because the group that it was Jess and the kids, kind of part of their birthday sort of adventure we were doing, and they wanted to go to this comedy thing. Said, cool, then we'll do something else too. And this raffle actually kind of fits in nicely to do that. It's a party of 8 at a place called Sharpshooter, a shooting range.
That's cool.
So I can't think of a better time than to put weapons in the hands of these kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later. Might as well be under,
Yeah,
their
well,
guidance
and
supervision.
I say kids, but good lord, the youngest is 17, and then it just goes up from there. So they're all technically adults except one,
Yeah, but it's funny. The older you get, the more kids are.
They just stay
like,
kids.
20 something is kids.
Yeah,
No,
it's still kids, yeah.
you're like, I've been there.
So I'm like, this is awesome. We'll tie this into the second half of stuff because they want to do like a gaming night and kind of, hang out here and we'll have snacks and all that kind of stuff. They like to do that kind of thing too. And I'm like, okay, well, we can do that. We can go to the range and then we can come here and do that, which would be kind of interesting. So I'm like, all right, where do I need to go? Oh, that's Arkham. I want to do the vault first because the vault's
vault?
The vault comes in for the seasonal events. If you remember the
Not
vault.
there all the time anymore.
Nope.
Well, that's
No, they do a different daily reward system, which is much easier
Oh, I
and
missed the
faster,
vault.
and better stuff too, technically. So,
I see.
but they do bring it in for the event, so it still exists. Fun, mayhem, and prizes. Just some useless crap.
Pays your money and you takes your chances. Break the presents and get your prizes.
Okay. Now I have to do math. I don't
Oh,
want to do
not
math.
math.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's okay. We're going to go to our good friend ChatGPT for something. This has... so, I have to say where I want the milliseconds to start in the sound file that I've added for your motivating ringtone.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because it's 12 seconds long otherwise, and it gets
Oh.
annoying after 3 rings.
Yeah,
So I just want one ring. So
right.
It's 12 seconds long, but I need to start it at 8 seconds, and I need to know how many milliseconds there are between, like, what is the 8-second millisecond in a 12-second thing?
Oh, dear God. Can't they just use normal numbers? Aha.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't put too much effort in, just in the off chance that I can't, well, in the chance that I can't make it, because like I said, I threw the character together not knowing.
Well, that's fine.
It's still, if we're going to play the game at all, and everybody wants to use it, you'll have it ready.
I'm an idiot.
Oh?
Yeah.
Because
You
it's
wanna
a
know why?
10? It's increments of 10, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Of course it is.
the 8-second marker in a 12-second audio would be 8,000 milliseconds. I am the biggest idiot in the
You know
world.
what? We'll just call it time of day.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Yeah.
What time is it by you?
Near 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure.
It
time
works.
of day.
Yeah, but for you, it's even later yet.
It's still playing it again.
Do you think I'm gonna get bugged out here? Let's hope not. Let's find out.
It worked. Sometime. Here's going to learn. Repeat. We don't want it to repeat. I might just have to cut the audio file.
Oh, you mean just create one that's just shorter and just say, hey, play all of this?
Yes. Fine. I'm going to do this quickly. I'm going to do this
Oh, it's working.
maybe
Yay.
Canva, 'cause it's easy.
Whoop. Up and over. Wiggle between. Whoa. And this one. Forgot about this one. And dive. Dive! Whoa. Got that turn there. All right. It's not too bad. Sometimes this thing will, if you've done little races and stuff, sometimes it glitches out. And every time I go through a ring, it slows me down like I've gone into combat. Which is really hard to get a good time on a race, and when you get slowed down every time you go through one of the ring markers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, done and done on that. Bats in the belfry. Let's go over to Wild World of Gotham over here and see if we can find some masked apparitions. We got to send them back to hell, apparently.
Really?
Back from whence you came. Shoo!
Etrigan there?
Yeah. Probably in the top 10 favorite characters, Etrigan, for me.
Etrigan?
Yeah. I mean, I don't follow his stuff much, but just the concept makes me chuckle. I mean, he's so ferocious looking, and then you hear him, you go, huh.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just-
he was inhabited by the spirit of Dr. Seuss.
yes, it's really hard to take him seriously. You just gotta go, alrighty.
Falling! No!
There. Now it's only one ring. One ring to rule them all. What?
Who knew it was gonna be a cell phone jingle?
Oh yeah, I love the fact that it is what it is.
That is such a great ability.
Yeah.
I don't remember where these populate the most. So I gotta fly around till I find them.
That was one more time.
It's first day out too, so they're probably pretty heavily camped. I should probably find an instance that's a little less popular.
Nope, don't like that. Sorry, it's just a little weird to be fiddling with each of these, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
Each of the spell points and figuring out how it works. And,
Yeah, well, I have to put all the spell effects and stuff in. What a nuisance, too.
Yep.
Can I get any credits for those? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because it's a villain doing it, so that works.
Please, forgive me. Please.
I was actually going to phase to something a little less populated. But that's not really an option, is it? I don't want to go to a PvP phase, so both have about 90 people in them.
That works. Alright. Vital prison is not.
There's no cantrip heals, is there?
No. No.
That'd probably be a little overpowered. Which I don't know, because that game really comes in hard on you on the math on the first couple of levels. I mean,
get
we're
used to
surviving
it, though.
now that we're like 13 in the other campaign. We're doing so much better because we do have a little bit of sturdiness to us and more tricks up our sleeve. But, you know, you come in, you got, 8 things you can do maybe, and they have 25 things they can do and do them all very effectively,
Yeah, it's true.
It is. It is. I've even seen some of the YouTubers that do talk about these things will say it is rough in those first few levels, which makes me wonder if it's balanced right at the first few levels.
I think it's fine. I think what happened, like, I bet you, as we come in on the first few levels with this now, it'll be easier. I don't think it's the game that's unbalanced. I think
The
what
players.
it is yeah.
We're all
it's-
unbalanced.
New people coming in are just as, like, how
We-
long did it take us to figure out setting ourselves up for flanking to make
Well,
that AC?
well, and then because it was kind of frowned upon to talk about what you were going to do in the other game style.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Pathfinder itself and Starfinder like that you have to talk to each
Yeah.
other. There's no way to survive otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple abilities that are specifically set up to help Aaron do his tumble throughs and stuff. The only challenge is it's a press action and it's 2 actions to do it. So I have to already be next to the mob I want to do it to, hit it, or at least attack it, and then do it. I'm like, okay, well, that's all 3 of my actions right out of the gate, and I can't be moving at all. So I'm like, all right. So I really like the ability. I just haven't found it to be super useful. I finally got it to work, and then the mob died before you got a chance to tumble through it.
Right? It happens, though.
Like I need
It
the
happens.
beefy ones or something. I don't know. Well, and it doesn't help that I'm hitting better too, right?
Yeah.
'Cause,
It doesn't hurt.
no, I'm loving that part, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna hit it, and I'm like, okay, well, now I can't do my thing because we just took it out.
Right. Well, I mean, we've also kind of grown in power. It's
Mhm.
not like
Well, between the weapon upgrades and then the just general leveling, the fighter classes they're beast. I mean, plus 28 to hit at that level is really quite nice. I mean, I was rolling 4s and still hitting stuff,
yeah.
which is really kind of where I was hoping to be
Well,
much earlier, But
Stuff is below us, though. I think that's the difference with it.
yeah.
So
And I suspect that, if we go after a big guy, it's going to be a much harder check, as it were. What Really? You're telling me this now? Okay.
I'm telling you what now.
Well, apparently my little robot vacuum needs a part replaced.
Oh,
It may be time to replace some of Stanley's parts. Well,
it's Stanley.
Stanley.
Ours is named Pierre. 'Cause we always wanted the French made.
Uh-huh. I mean, I was like, but now's the time to tell me about this, is it? Is that on a Tuesday night? I mean, were you jealous because I picked up my dry cleaning and I didn't pay any attention to you? What happened? Fall seasonal. Let's see. Midnight Masquerade. Off we go. All right, Emo Pilgrim. Here we go.
Powers. Inside, I will conjure several magic crystals that will release his hold on the stolen spells. You must place the crystals in a pentacle when it is time.
How do I?
So, Tickle, are you enjoying the party?
Is under the token.
That's right.
The
We'll teach the
inhibition
rude people of
effect
Gotham
of
not to make
versus
fun of
down.
us on Halloween. I am
Elevation.
not an emo
Elevation.
pilgrim.
Oh,
I'm a
0
race
is below
boy.
the token. Okay, that's what I want to do. Let's make it
I'm really
persistent.
short compared to these other guys.
There is a kindred spirit.
He's
like-
tiny.
She will
It's
find
like
living
bring your kid to
powers
work
me.
day or something. I don't know what happened.
There we go. I'm happy with that animation now. All right. What else you got in here? Oh, gotta figure out Vital Prism. 'Cause I want this to be on your weapon.
Yeah, how does that work?
I think I have to code it. Because otherwise, I want it to change the way your weapon fires. But I think I need to code it in a way that... Because otherwise, all you do is you cast it, and then you say, okay, well, I'm attacking, you know,
What? Those spells
and you
were
attack
built
the
to my
target, and then
standards, eh?
that's it.
Perhaps Zatanna's magic will entertain you.
So instead of
Crystal change
rolling damage when it hits, oh, it doesn't even give you an option for heal. Oh, yes, it does.
The witch boy weakens. Place the
Yeah,
crystals.
all they have to do is hit the... Oh, there's no heal button for that. Hmm.
Because it's
Oh,
damage,
sure, I
right?
don't like it.
Oh, it's you have to. Yeah, because doesn't that ability? It's like you roll and do the damage you normally would do, but it's healing instead of damage.
The mistress of hell.
Right.
I encourage some folks from the magic world to give us a hand. They've conjured up a charm that will banish those annoying masked apparitions. I'm teleporting in now. When the charm is full, you'll need to release the apparitions into the spectral retention chamber. I'll be sending that in shortly.
They made him beefier, or they really scaled us down. This is probably the only one that they've scaled each year, it feels like. But sometimes you go into an event and it's like, you just wipe it out real fast. I'm like, okay.
Cristale Creave. Place the last crystal now.
I do this right. Yeet! Oh. It didn't go the right way. It bounced. Oh my god. I can't throw it because it'll turn around and throw it behind me, so let's go. Huh. Like that. Once in a while I get it right, like I have him targeted, but I have the podium that this little crystal needs to go on behind him, and then I throw it, it goes past him and then bounces up onto the podium. It's really quite the money shot.
I don't fear the deep dark magics of the underworld, Kala.
Quite the money shot.
You will look up from that pit and see me again.
Especially a crystal shaped that way, it's really hard to get it to bounce right, you know?
Who'd have thought that a little blue brat and his kitty cat could make so much havoc? The kid could have a bright future in society. That is, she is willing to share her litter box.
Yeah. Trying to read how to do this.
Okay, that should be what, all events? Masquerade, indeed. Okay. think it's this order. I'm gonna have to look. What you doing? You're kicking my chair because you're having a dream.
Having a dream.
Yeah, he still runs and stuff in his dream. Alright, so got more buckets, but I don't have more candies, do I? Somebody might have candies. Alrighty, yeah, we'll do that. Sure, we'll do that. Sure.
Okay, let's see here. Active effects. Yeah, boy, this is more confusing than I thought. I want this set for whoever's playing, because if, you know, I think Peter might join us too.
Oh, good. Well, if it helps, because like I said, I don't know what's happening yet, but if I'm not there and Peter doesn't know what to play, he can just run mine.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I have no idea what his plan is.
I mean, but it's kind of already built, so I mean, it's that. It doesn't have a name.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I wanted to get into the idea of building something as well.
You can always run it too if you need the heals. A fine wood coffin. A fine wooden coffin was in my little trick-or-treat bucket. Well, it must be Time Lord technology to put something that big in a space that small. Alrighty. I should probably decorate my house with a little bit more Halloween festivity things here, but nah, not tonight.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late for me. I should get going soon myself.
What else do I have to do? What are these for? These are... for the head mods, I think. Where's the other flute, or whatever that was, clarinet, or whatever this is. Excuse me, the mighty Mega Rod.
Okay. Then maybe what was that? Sounded purely magical. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's another notification telling me I can save money on groceries through DoorDash. I'm like, why are they all reaching out to me at this hour? Why is this necessary? Oh, you are good to go in here now, I think. Let's get you repositioned, sir. There, like so. Get the benefits times 2, if I could, please. Not to mention, it'll make them easier to find in this list. Oh, 4 builds, it gets tedious. Okay, let's watch one more here. Here we go. Okay. Didn't mean to hit that, but that's fair. Alright, everything can be picked up. It's a new week.
Brainiac's strongest resource is not his mind, but his multitudes. Cut him off from his army, and he...
I am the master of mind control. Unseat Brainiac from within their minds.
Brainiac's pathetic reign
We'll
of
just have to
terror
do it
ends
manually.
now.
Oh, what's happening?
No, it's just too much for me to...
Oh, to attach a sound to something?
No, it's not the sound. I'm having to code how
You need to stop Brainiac's technology.
it actually works. Basically having to build a macro in it to turn the actual
Damage
attack
into a heal. Okay, well, no, we can make it a manual scenario. It's not a big deal. We'll learn how to do it, and we do that. Because if it has the heal button on it, doesn't that work? Like if I roll the damage out and there's a heal button, does it work that way?
There's no heal button. That's what I'm saying. It's just damage.
Well, then they would just have to manually add the numbers back into their health pool,
Right.
basically. Okay, that's not unreasonable.
But it's totally doable to make it into a thing that changes your attack to a heal. I have to do a little work. That's all.
No work.
Yeah.
No, don't go too nuts. I mean, I would say don't make it miserable on yourself in the process.
Oh, it's not miserable. I think it would be fun if I can actually get it to work. So.
Oh, they cleaned out all the peeps. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
Systems failed.
I'll try one last thing and then I'm gonna probably call it for
I'm
the
gonna
night
have to-
because it is getting late.
It is for you, yes. I think I have a Hero Forge ready-ish, but I'm not 100% set on it yet, so I might go in and tinker with it some more.
Oh, tinkering's fine. Make it look as
I mean-
as you want. You need that.
There's just so many options, it's just hard to stay focused, you know? It's like, it's weird. Sometimes I don't mind a restaurant that has a smaller menu. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, good. This takes the work out of this. I can pick one of these 8 things instead of having to go through, you know, the diner's worth of options. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the Cheesecake Factory, and they're novel. You know. Like, oh goodness. Minor damage. I don't know how minor it is. They imploded after I hit them. Now, would I suspect that the healers in that class would follow in the feat line very similar to another, like following in the treat wounds type line, the battle medicines and things like that would be a viable option? Okay.
Oh yeah, totally. Plus, there's many other feats and things that come just from Starfinder. You know?
Okay.
So, anyway, I think I'll work on this more tomorrow. I am, I hit that wall.
Yeah, when the brain gets a little fresher.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Fresh brain is good. Fresh brains is always good, especially around Halloween. Fresh brains. Of course,
Fresh brains.
pumpkin spice brain, you know.
Pumpkin spice, scary spice, whichever it is.
Yeah. Watch out for that baby spice, though. That's dangerous. All right. Well, I am heading out. You have a wonderful evening with your viewers and all of that. Enjoy your DC.
Thank you very much for popping in. Always a pleasure.
Hopefully I've added some comic relief to this.
I think we threw in a few things. Hey there, Sailor. How you doing?
Goodbye, Sailor. I'll talk to you later. All right.
I'm going to make a tune one day called Nurse. Or a login. That way people can say, hello, Nurse.
Yes, and most of your viewers will not understand where that comes from.
Nope, probably not.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right, have a great night.
You too. Bye.
What are you up to, Miss Sailor? I am going to queue up for the duo. I want just enough to break through the next thing. Then I probably might not care a whole heck of a lot after that. Phew.
Brainiac knows we can't let those experiments endanger lives by escaping. Focus on the biggest threat.
Superboy, how long have they kept you captive here?
Goodness, look at him skulking up there like that.
I lost count.
So shiny.
It hurts. You're gonna hurt.
Hang on, Superboy. We'll help you through it. Is that all you got? Really?
I'm not going back. Stay away.
Yeesh. Having a hard time getting away in a timely fashion on that one.
Quickly, behind cover.
Doing all right.
Too much. I'm gonna wreck you.
We're not pumping out a ton of damage on this round, are we? We should be. I mean, oh, he's in tank mode. Okay. I need to let him have that then, because holy smokes, it'd be easier for me if he If he does.
Dude, just
He's
stop.
weak to sound. We can use that cannon.
Doing alright, had double mod duty earlier today, and I was about to play some Batman Arkham Asylum when I came upon Twitch to put someone on the background. Saw you, but then I got distracted by a YouTuber I've only been watching for a few months and saw that they returned to Twitch. Oh, that's awesome. There was one that I had returned, but then I see the person they have a camera on. It doesn't look like them at all. I'm like, are they using somebody else's name, or have they really changed that name that much? Really kind of messing with him, so was watching him for a while. That's perfectly awesome. He does voice impressions for Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Oh, and thanks to him, I now have a new anime to watch. Oh, really? It's always nice to get new content. Both got knocked down. That was rather rude. He's my tank, so I plan to follow him around so that he can pull him in. I drop the AEs. I'm not sure if he's aware of how tanking things work. Because everybody will follow you. It's called Wisteria Sword and Wisteria Sword and Wand. Interesting. Not sure I'm familiar with that one at all. Are we missing one? What's happening? No, there's just no cutscene this time. Interesting. A lot of people in the chat was making so many Harry Potter references because some characters... Oh, I gotta get out of that. Remind you of certain Harry Potter characters. Okay, plus there's a red-headed guy who has a personality of Draco Malfoy. Interesting. Could you stop? Goodness gracious. It was unbelievable. The main character does look like Harry. Interesting. I wonder if there's any inspiration on that? Maybe influenced by, perhaps?
Backwards and square?
Oh, sounds familiar. In a very bizarre way. Just call him your enemy and ask him if he wants to stay.
If he's already in the cutscene, that's perfect, because then I can go like this. Bring him over here. He's gonna try, but he's a tank, so he can pull the aggro. So we're gonna have to run the barrels in.
Pizarro, Lex Luthor is using you. Let us help.
I don't think that's working. Bizarro, let us hurt you. We can't show you. Enough negotiate. My accident was your Bizarro. If you
We got bumped around. Okay. There we go. There is this long black-haired professor who everyone calls Snape, and he also does not like Willis, aka the Harry Potter lookalike. Huh. Is this going to be a copyright issue, you think? I might as well turn my game off. I was only going to play some Batman and then watch more Dragon Ball Z, so gonna leave a lurk. All right, Sailor, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it very much.
he deserved better treatment. I'll be sure to give Cadmus a little talk about what constitutes ethical research.
Say that's my game, and right now, that certain calculator is sending me some weird
I can't even tell you what kind of tank it might have been. All right, let's queue up for more stuff.
brainiacs hitting the Hall of Doom.
There's similarities. Okay, so it's not a blatant copyright or anything. Very coincidental, perhaps. I should put myself in for the raids too if I can. Like the red-headed guy who hates Willis, he's kind of like Draco Malfoy. Malfoy is blonde in Harry Potter. That I do, yeah, he's like blonde or white almost, right? So it's yeah, the hair color is different, but I'm wondering if there's enough similarities. I mean, obviously they're not using the names, so that should be another piece that helps out. It's gonna take a couple rounds of this for me to get all what I need, I think. They're a bit different too. Okay. Well, if there's enough similarities, somebody can come in and say, "Hey, no, you're you're copywriting our stuff." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a big issue or not, but I don't know how close you can get before they get really twisted about it. All right, we have a tank and a troll. All right, Yahoo! What's going on? There we go.
Weird energy. Perfect for you.
Who's the tank? Brock. Brock is in. Okay. Is that the same Brock? Is that the same one we had in the other one? I can't see because of all the effects, so. I need to actually look at my allies too, because I was watching a bunch of videos on allies, and I need to kind of sort out whether or not I'm using the best ones possible.
That glorified speak and spell for those.
Sending some extra help your way. A calculator mine. You're welcome.
Well, that's true. There are a lot of like similarities and comparisons and stuff in a lot of movies. So yeah, they're probably safe. The fact that it seemed so pronounced, it made me kind of curious. Okay, what's our? Oh yeah, Brock is the guy around the duo with.
Controls not responding like they should.
Also, Will has goggles, not glasses.
Controls
Fair enough.
overridden by
In a court of law, I think it would hold up that they are not the same.
Brainiac's out-hacked you, calculator.
It only looks that way. I opened up a two-way vulnerability. This way, I can track what he's after.
Even if you manage to uncover my plans, my
Ice, I think, is what he is.
hostile entities detected. Deploying disintegration orbital field.
That thing will rip you apart atom by atom, which is, bad. Why do humans resist? Do not miscalculate the power of Brainiac. Armor integrity is still functional. Scheduling maintenance for damaged parts.
Are people doing those? Okay, we need to do those then. All right, I get it. I'm with you. I'll help next time. Half the time people don't do anything about it, so.
You are only making this harder on yourself. Or Ava.
Which is why not, usually.
Trifling delay. You! Finish it off!
Plus, it looks like Will can't wield magic maybe at first, but he is good with a sword. He fought with a troll-like monster in a dungeon. Oh, okay. Good fight scene, I suspect.
Version of you that prevented Brainiac's rise to power.
Learning from his mistakes. Intelligence is dangerous.
My intelligence has always surpassed yours.
So quantum troll probably, and or DPS. We have water, I think, as the other DPS slash possible heals. And then it looks like we have an ice tank and of course mental DPS. And I might switch to my other build, maybe, for that last fight, because that could be kind of rough, and I could dump a lot of hate on those guys and let them manage.
This weak mind now belongs to Brainiac.
Looks like Parasite sucks even more than normal today.
Activating kinetic orbit.
Are they having a fire sale on death beams? Watch out.
Inhibitor drones activated.
That little bot sure packs a big inhibitor field. Take it out.
Looks like it's freaking following me around. I don't care for that. Come on, use the damn soda. Hit the button for a reason. They're literally just chasing me around. It feels like it. Well, I keep getting knocked back into them, so that's a lot of fun. Goodness gracious.
Ultimate victory will be mine. Next.
Whoa, big energy spike. I don't think that was the only Hall of Doomer that got whammied by Brainiac.
Who's right up ahead, by the way?
I spared no expense.
Try picking them up, but we'll see. If you wait for your tank, you can do all that damage after they've scooped them up, but that would make too much sense. Everybody's in the big hurries. I am thinking about my other build for the last one, because that's going to get rough, I fear. Let's see if I can get that switch in. Beep, 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 boop. There they all are.
Cowards.
All Brainiac affected and whatnot.
My power knows no bounds.
Well, it didn't happen fast enough.
I will make your nightmare.
Cheetah's going down fairly quick. Let's work on that one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Everybody keeps falling down. Which one first? Okay. They're a little tired of being pushed back, I'll tell you that.
You cannot defeat me. You're attacked.
The sooner we can get one of these guys down, the better.
You cannot withstand the terror. You cannot defeat me.
Energy siphon orbital initiated.
That beam needs exobytes. Stay away.
Controller's about to go down. Okay, looks like we can get back up again. That's good.
Offensive overload initiated.
That damage field looks unpleasant. Stay
So
away.
Bane's running around. Who's left? I think it's just Bane, yeah?
Stop
All right.
embarrassing yourself.
Goodness.
Clear your mind.